Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Hunters Association. We are with another motherfucking episode of the Webtoon Anime Podcast. I'm Noxie from the Project Manga Podcast. That's Seraph from Project Webtoon, JC2K2 from the YouTube channel with the same name. And we got two of our hosts back like cook crack. Back like they never left. I don't know why I said that. This isn't a Joel Santana mix, but you want to know what? We are back covering Tower of God, episode 4 in the anime. And I will let JD from the TiC GamesNetwork take the motherfucking role there. But Trent motherfucking Money, you already know who the fuck it is, needs to give us a couple spins here.
Hold on, he'll get sick eating that 1, 2. Take the bowl with him. With the
He took the bowl with him, y'all.
My fork flew out.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh,
It's crazy out here.
Oh.
Alright, so what's up everybody? We are back. We are back. That shit is funny though.
he got rid of that. No, if you could,
you-
real quick, JC, if you could fit the screen, just click on the screen and the entire thing will be boxed out. Right click on it, and then go to transform and then fit the screen. Because you and Nox are stretched out to the sides there.
Do I look big as shit? Do I look like the fucking code in NBA Street where you make the fucking big heads?
Yo, it's gonna be a thing.
Oh
Let's
bro.
see here.
Oh, I got it. Hold on.
Hey, what up, chat? I don't have a Twitch account, so I can't type to y'all niggas yet, but I'm gonna make one.
That's good.
There we go. Now we looking good,
Okay, there we
baby.
go.
Alright, we good.
There
We
you
good.
go.
We are
How the
good.
fuck why didn't you tell him that before we started?
Well,
Right.
I saw it, and then you were going through your intro, and I didn't want to interrupt.
You're trash.
I feel it. It's my bad.
Oh my god. But anyway,
Alright, we
let,
can-
alright,
it's okay.
alright.
So
this camera's going on. You,
And then
alright,
I'm
you
just
can
text
roll
you how to
Trent.
fix the title.
Alright. Alright, what's up everybody? We're back with the Webtoon Anime Podcast. We're here to discuss episode 4 of the Tower of God anime.
Yes.
Woo! That was a hell of an episode. Everybody watched it, correct?
Correct.
Yes, sir. Alright. But before we get into the episode,
Oh yeah, are you gonna say it? Are you gonna say
yeah.
it? I'm sorry.
Before we get into our review of the episode and give our thoughts on everything Tower of God and Webtoons, Nox, my guy, my brother from another mother, we got an announcement to make for the people. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and make the announcement for everybody. Go ahead.
Okay, so you want me to do it? Okay, so this is really cool, right? So we're gonna do a what we're gonna do is all of us, and then like a bunch of other anime and manga like YouTube and Twitch like content creators are gonna be collaborating to do a fully online live streamed anime convention completely on YouTube and Twitch and inside of Discord, right?
Oh.
So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be organizing like a couple panels, a cosplay contest, a couple video game tournaments. I think Super Smash Brothers and Fighter Z potentially. We don't know exactly what all the content is going to be, but like we're all in like a central hub, like communication center, planning out this event right now, and it's going to be a completely online live streamed anime convention. It's called Anitube Con 2020. That's the handle on like Twitter if you want to go follow it. Also, the YouTube channel already exists, the Twitch channel already exists, but it's gonna be super fucking sick. It's funny for like COVID share, for like coronavirus and whatnot. So it's gonna be tight. We have so many really cool fucking and some established YouTubers and whatnot that's going to be involved in it. So we've got a fucking litany of panels that we're about to give you guys with really cool fucking discussion topics. And hopefully it's going to be over like a weekend, right? So like at least Friday, Saturday, hopefully Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But we got everything, bro. Like fucking artist alleys, cosplay contests, Discord watch parties. I think one of the coolest things that we thought of doing is like running through like a watch party inside of like the dedicated Discord stream of like all of the shows that used to be on like Toonami in like 2008. You know what I'm saying? 2007, 2006. So that's going to be really cool. That's going to be running in the background. And then we're going to have like the schedule coming out pretty soon. And that's going to tell you like what topics we're going to be discussing in like which groups. So like all of the content creators are going to be breaking off into groups to discuss various topics related to like all of like the tightest fucking manga and anime that are out right now. So it's going to be fucking amazing. Anitube, Anitube Con 2020 YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Fuck with us, okay? We changing the game out here. You feel me?
Feel me.
All
before
right.
we start, I want to ask Trent, since he wasn't here last week for episode 3 review, what did you think of episode 3 of Tower of God?
Episode 3 was fire. I forgot I wasn't here, bro. Damn, I forgot I hadn't talked
Now
about
that I
it.
think
You
about it,
weren't here, bro.
I forgot too. I wasn't here either.
This is just
Yeah.
like when I
What?
didn't read the like finale of solo leveling on the solo leveling podcast.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
that's like
Neither
yeah.
one of you were
In
here.
the chat, I literally had. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah,
shit.
JD wasn't here either, so let's do that too.
But I thought the episode was good, man. I liked that like the door of choosing game is like one of my favorite parts of the first season of Tower of God. I know Crown Game is big in everybody else's like opinion, which is it was cool to me too. But I also enjoyed the fact that it didn't rush through the Crown Game. Like, you know, most episodes have been a couple games per episode, so I was glad that this one they just continue to play this one out, and we'll get probably the wrap up of it, I'm assuming, next episode with a little bit of the next thing.
Yeah, dude.
Definitely. I guess I'll go ahead and get my thoughts on episode 3. I enjoyed it. It was a good episode. It wasn't as crazy as today's episode, but it was definitely a good episode. Definitely set up this episode perfectly, and I enjoyed it. I'm just say that it was quick, nice and quick. I enjoyed it.
All right.
Yeah, dude.
Enjoyed it. All right, let's get into what we're all here for today. It's episode 4. All right, Seraph, we're gonna start with you, my guy.
Yes, sir.
We're
So I
gonna
thought
start with
episode
you.
4 I thought episode 4 was tight as fuck, because when we got to see Lorray, or Laro, Lorray,
Roro.
sleeping dude,
Oh, Laro. Yeah.
Lorray.
Sleepy.
Aizawa, yeah, when we saw Aizawa bust out with his Shinsu, shooting it out toward freaking Anak and just going crazy in the crown game to try and receive that crown was absurd. And the animations for the Shinsu blast that he did, that shit looked so fucking tight.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah.
It did. I love the way they
Kamehameha.
made
Yeah, the
Shinzu.
Kamehameha.
It was coming.
I love the way they made Shinzu. They made Shinzu look so fucking epic on.
Yeah, dude.
On the anime.
Shinsuke's fucking perfect, dude. Like, this is everything that I fucking wanted and more out of an adaptation for this. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna let you continue to get in your bag, Seraph. Sorry.
Yeah, and then like seeing at the ending there how like Rachel, how Dorsey like is about to show
I'm sorry,
up.
who?
She's like, "It's okay if cloaked girl."
No. What about Lahel,
Okay,
Sarah?
oh, you meant that. Okay.
Hey, JD, did we?
Yeah, I know. I heard it. I heard the show.
Yeah,
I heard
okay.
it. Shit.
Anyway, when we
God
saw
damn it.
Lahel, are you happy, Trent? Lahel?
Mm-hmm.
When we saw Lahel, when Dorsey asked Lahel the question of, "Can I kill them all?" She looks dead at Bam and goes, "Yeah."
Yeah.
I was like, "That bitch." You know this motherfucker. You want to end his whole career? Like, oh.
I fuck with hell, bro. Like, sorry.
Yeah, Shotty see your body says cut that Lahel shit out. Never.
I heard you in the watch party say that bitch.
Okay. You don't come for her because she's fine, chilling, she's clean. She's doing what any of us would do
No.
if we were in this fucking tower.
No.
Yes, the fuck she is.
Kill everybody.
No.
everybody.
I ain't moving like Rachel, bro.
Yeah.
Lahel.
Okay, you
I'll
don't have to
blade out
like her.
you with-
Look, bro,
there goes
you don't
Stacey.
have to like her. But this world is so ruthless that, like, if you have had this dead set determination to achieve this goal for your entire life, and then you meet a little nigga in a fucking cave in the last 30 days, that before you go up the tower, you're telling me, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, be
No, we
realistic.
don't.
Okay.
We done seen
Like-
some niggas move with a
she's
little bit of
bitch
thing.
because she's
Like-
a bitch because we were used to dramas and we're used to shonen stories and we're used to anime and we're used to manga. Yes, she's a bitch in regard to the storytelling, and she's supposed to be, and she's written very well to be one. But don't tell me that you're not doing the exact same shit. I'm
Knox, she
sorry.
wants to see the stars, my guy. Like, that's it.
You think you know the whole story?
She wants to see the stars.
That's what you've been told.
That's what she
That's what you
said.
told that motherfucker in a cave.
Oh my
You
god.
just meant everything about
My
yourself.
God.
Stop, bro. Stop. We're not doing. All right, look. We're talking about episode 4.
Season 1. Okay, season 1. We're
We're talking
still
about
here.
episode 4. Don't at me. If you want, my DMs are open, bitch. What's cracking? Like, I don't give a fuck, bro.
My nigga said we killing people to see stars, bro. Wow.
Lord.
My God,
Same
wild.
thing.
Anyway.
All right.
So
Knox.
don't climb the tower with Nox.
I'm saying, Rick, dog,
Yeah,
come
no,
on,
no,
Rick.
we're not.
I am never climbing that whole
Right,
tower
don't
with your
climb-
ass, boy.
Don't climb it with Knox.
I do
That
not
nigga riding
Sure you do.
solo
Sure you do.
Dumbo.
You do need us. You do need us.
In the tower without y'all. I don't need y'all.
Oh, eventually.
This-
You gonna be the
You don't
weakest
need
regular
no.
around, boy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Wayne.
Look at my logic already. I'm up the tower without y'all. I'm going.
Wayne man ass nigga right here, man.
I'm telling you.
Boy.
I'm cool, nigga.
Throwing Pokeballs and shit. That's you right now.
And from episode 4, where Coon dashed in like that was cold as fuck, dog. The wind going in behind him, dog. That shit hit.
Yeah, that was
It was.
That whole
I-
Coon scene was lit as
Hey,
fuck.
real quick, shotty to your body. Wang then goat, LMAO. I'm with you, bro.
Yeah,
Wayne
nope.
Man.
You are correct.
Yeah, I know who he is now, so yeah.
Wangnan is GOAT, dog.
How
Yeah,
far are
he-
you, JC?
I got.
He
to the
just
second
got to
season.
season.
So
Yeah,
I
he
know
on
who that
season
is.
2 now.
So you don't even know. All right.
JC
Yeah.
just met Wangnan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just.
I didn't
Not
like
just
him
met
at
him, but
first.
like
I'm
he's a little
starting
bit
to
after.
like him a bit.
Oh, I love him.
I didn't like him at first. That nigga was. That nigga
What?
was moving like a hoe
Hey,
to me.
Nova.
He was moving like Noxy to me, man.
Yeah.
Well, hell looking like a baddie in the anime, not gonna lie. I see you.
Yo,
She got the freckles and the blonde hair, though. She is looking extra
Bro.
cute, dog.
I ain't gonna lie though. I ain't gonna front. La hell is looking like a snack in the anime. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna front.
Nah.
Sorry, bro. The blonde
She ain't fucking with Andros.
Hold on.
Yeah, of
She's
course
like,
she ain't. She
she's
ain't
like
fucking with
15,
that
hold
Dorsey.
up.
In Dorsey? Dude,
Yeah.
bro, Yuri.
And Dorsey 15 too. Hold on.
Yuri
Right.
over in Dorsey any day. Fuck with you.
Yuri's a
Any
cult, so
day.
that's
Okay.
I'm talking about.
Any day.
Any day.
And Dorsey's gonna grow up. We got a 5-year time skip.
Then what the
Anyways,
fucking
is
fuck?
it-
Okay,
is
we're
it-
not going there.
is
We're
it
not
time
going
for
there.
me to
We're not
give
going
my
there.
episode-
Yes, it is time for you. Go ahead, Knox. Go ahead.
Okay, well, this episode
Episode 4.
was fucking perfect. This episode was perfect, and you want to know what? The OST that comes in, that it's like that, like not really dubstep yet, but
The
just like
lo-fi nigga
like,
during the
just like
fight.
the beat where it's like,
Oh my god.
you know what I'm saying? Like while shit's like, you know what I'm saying at the beginning of the episode. I think that's my favorite OST. Now I said in the last episode that my favorite OST was the fucking like guitar riff that played while Roro was explaining the Crown game, and that's definitely still up there. Like those are top 2 like OSTs though. Like I love that fucking like beat riff, and I love that guitar riff like a lot.
No,
But
bro.
this episode was really cool because the Green April was animated in a way that I like wasn't expecting. So like I always knew, and obviously the anime has been showing us that it's like a shapeshifter type, weapon. But it's really cool to like see it be as malleable as it is. You know what I mean? Because like when I'm going through the webtoon, when it took that big form that originally attacked LaRue, I thought that was like a solidified, like sloped, like Nike swoosh type form. You know what I mean? And I thought that it was like hard, and I thought that it was firm, but it looked very malleable. It looked very wet. It looked very liquidy. You know what I mean? Which is cool to see. Hatsu, I think, was my favorite part, and Hatsu's gonna be my favorite part of like every episode because swordsmen are my shit. And like his fighting style is the tightest swordsman fighting style I think I've ever. It's the tightest sword style I think I've ever seen.
I'm laughing at these comments.
If
My
you
bad.
want to argue with me on that too, like
No,
broken, like I said.
No, I'm laughing at the comments.
No, it's definitely
what's
one
the
of the
comments
most
talking about? Hold on.
like you.
Anyway, and thank you, Samus Nova. But anyway, Hatsu, sword style, cold-blooded. Another thing that I wanted to bring up about this episode is when I was listening to it earlier with JD in the watch party at my Discord channel, I heard Anak call. I heard the Japanese translation for Black March for the first time, and really paid
Sangetsu.
attention to it. And I thought it said Zangetsu, which
Sangetsu.
obviously is like a Bleach thing.
Yes.
But then when we rewound it and listened to it again, it said Yoru no Sangatsu. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a Z. It's
Sangatsu.
so like San obviously is the Japanese word for 3, which makes sense because of March. So March is the 3rd month. So obviously that's where the San comes from. Sangatsu, not Getsu. I don't know what Gatsu exactly is. I'd have to double check, but I feel like I've known that word before. But anyway, it's not Zangetsu, which I definitely thought I heard.
It literally means month.
Right. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay,
The third month, literally, that's it.
So then that one anime is 3 Month Lion, Sangatsu no Lion, or whatever, 3 Gatsu no Lion, or whatever it's called. 3 Month Lion. Anyway, that's correct me in the fucking comments if you want. But yeah, so I heard that translation. I thought it was saying Zangetsu, which like triggered me, not like in a negative way, but I was like, okay, Zangetsu is like a black blade inside of Bleach. You know what I'm saying? So like I thought that there's or like a connection there, but it ended up being Yoru no Sangatsu, which is black third month, which is super tight. And everybody says that Crunchyroll translation is trash. Like that's tight right there. You know what I'm saying? Like they line that up perfectly, which is really cool. Other than that, fucking what was another thing that we were talking about in our watch party? Fucking Shibisu has the hands, and like we saw her, like we knew that he stole off old girl with the fucking like sickle daggers. We know that he like punched her in the fucking nose or whatever. But like, but before that, I feel like the anime showed him having a little bit more hands than he usually did in the manga. Like they added animation there. You know what I mean?
Shibitsu cool. With the gender equality.
Yeah. But this is cool. Yeah, so Shibisu doesn't give a fuck. This is like the Kuwabara of the series. This is like the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like I said Tonpa in the beginning, but he actually ended up being way more than Tonpa. But honestly, if Tonpa and Hunter x Hunter got characterization, like I could see him being Shibisu, you know what I'm saying? Because no one in Hunter x Hunter is stupid. You know what I mean? And definitely like from what I've seen of Shibisu in the series so far, he's just not a dumb nigga. So, but anyway, bottom line, LaRue's Shinsu, wave controller, and they and another thing, so like when Anak ran into the lobby of Bam and Rack and Kun, she made a comment about who forged the 13-month weapon. Did we get that in the webtoon?
Yeah, that was in the webtoon.
We got that dialogue in the webtoon about who forged them. That Edwaru dude.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to confirm that. That's all I have to say. Go ahead.
All right. I'll go with me next. I love the episode. I love the animation of it, especially when she ignited the Black March. I thought they did that part perfectly. I love Shibisu being an equal opportunity ass whooper. I love that. I do. It is a few things that me and JC did discuss that I actually agree with him with, but I'm gonna let him say it.
With JC?
Yes, shockingly.
Is this the first for the show?
I think it is. I think it is. But I'm gonna let him say it, and you know when he says his gripes, I'm gonna just shake my head, and y'all know I agree with it. But other than
JC.
But other than that, I did like the episode. Great episode. For me, I was actually surprised that they actually kind of slowed it down a little bit. It didn't feel like it was rushed like the first 3 episodes. Like the pacing wise, it felt decent. Yeah, it definitely felt decent. It felt very long, which is what I like. I like a lot of content, and I like that it feels long. It doesn't feel rushed. It feels very cohesive, and everything flows nicely. So I did love that. And yeah, and I'm just waiting for episode 5. I'm waiting to see exactly, you know, I'm pretty sure episode 5, they're going to wrap it up. They're going to move on to the next stage. And we're going to see what's going to happen there. But JC.
Nah, let me get Trent first. Let me get Trent.
Yeah, we got to say the best for last. I'm sorry. Trent.
Don't immortalize that in the chat, Blake. I don't want timestamps of that. He's got a
Trent.
shirt on.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
My guy. You just watched the episode. Give us your thoughts.
I too as well think it was pretty damn good. Now, I'm interested to hear what JC has to say because there wasn't anything that really largely popped out to me as far as like you guys had said before I watched the episode that there was that you were like, why did they do that? But I was like, so watching the episode, I'm like intently like trying to see like what
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? But it just didn't stick out to me. But the episode was fire to me, and I gotta disagree with my nigga Knox here. The best 2 fucking just little pieces of music in these fucking episodes, and one of them is in every one of them. That little motherfucking I don't know what it is, a little banjo-ish type. That motherfucker's so hard.
I just said what I said was top 2. You're gonna put the banjo over what I said?
Oh yeah, for sure, my nigga. That's solidified.
Putting that banjo.
That's solidified. That's top 2 and not 2. But
Really? That's because you're farther south than me.
I'm in the Midwest.
I am from
Me and
the South,
JC
bro.
are in the South.
Yeah.
Me and JC are in the South.
But I don't even know if it's a banjo. What you doing?
Music, so like whatever. He doesn't know. It's still me versus.
And the other one was that lo-fi. That lo-fi during the fight. That was like the.
Yeah, that mode was fire.
It was like no.
We're in agreement there.
No. I don't think it was the. I'm not talking about the.
You talking about when Kun was battling?
Yes, towards the end of the episode.
Yeah. Yeah, that mode was dope.
That mode was tight, and
honestly, I feel like Kun had the best highlight, the best segment. Yeah.
Other than that, bro, the episode was fire. I had no complaints. So yeah, let's go ahead and let JC get into that one.
My guy, JC, the man of the hour.
I don't want to be this
Talk-
guy.
Yeah,
Talk your shit, JC.
Too late.
You're that guy, my nigga.
Just do
I
it.
don't
Talk
wanna be
your
this
shit,
guy.
JC.
Okay, first of all,
Too late, homie.
the episode. It was a good episode. I'm not gonna say it was a bad episode.
Oh my god.
But being the guy who is currently reading and just got done with the season 1 like 2 days ago,
Right.
I'm looking at the webtoon and I'm looking at the anime, and I realize I have to separate the two because when I
Yeah,
look
of
at the
course.
anime and the webtoon, they're doing things different. Like you just said, Kun was the star of this episode, but in the
I feel
webtoon,
like everything he did happened in the webtoon.
it didn't actually. We went back
because
and
he copied the crown in the webtoon.
he did do
didn't
that.
he?
Yes.
And he absorbed the wave controller effect.
No, he didn't actually.
Oh, he
Did not. No. We went back. Actually, watched I believe we watched the episode. We went back into the webtoon and started looking back. We were like, oh,
That's why
Kun
he
only did
blocked.
one thing. He blocked. There was a guy with the rifle, not a rifle, the sniper guy. He blocked his shot.
The black blob. He blocked that.
Nope. He didn't do
even
it.
do that?
No, he sure didn't. He sure didn't.
Oh, the anime is better than.
Yeah, the anime. Okay, exactly. Like the last.
Sorry.
You remember the last question I asked you during the last episode? Is the anime doing better than the webtoon?
Yeah, you did say that.
I did, and okay. Look, so Kun in the webtoon, Kun only did one thing. He blocked the sniper shot, and then he threw the crown out there, and then you had Rock fighting. You had everybody else fighting each other. The webtoon.
Wait, Rack was fighting in the webtoon.
Sure was.
See, like, here's the thing, dude. Like, I review manga channel, and it's not very often that, like, for the manga that we cover that has an adaptation, for that adaptation to outshine the manga that we're covering.
Right.
But like on the webtoon side of things, I feel like there's more opportunity there because one, like Slave and Utero, I feel like started writing this when he was like really young. I don't know exactly how young he was when he started, but I feel like I heard something that he was like not even like a legal adult in our country.
I don't know.
Hold on. Let me give y'all a bit of.
I know that JD is gonna exposition on this. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So little known history fact.
Yeah, please.
My guy wrote this when he was in the military.
No way.
He wrote Tower of God when he was enlisted in the Korean military. And he had tons and tons of notebooks filled with this story. And when he got back, my guy started greatness.
See, think about it
So if he
is
caught
that
a shell, we would not have Tower of God.
that's true, number one. But think
That
about
is
it
true.
is that you have a lot of lower characters who don't get much shine who were in the webtoon that were fighting that they just skipped over altogether. You got the guy with the
Wait. What are you talking about?
the guy with the wings, with the little red wings, the big guy.
Yeah, they gave him in like implied filler.
They gave him implied, but they didn't show it at the same time.
Well, I mean, like that's what you're gonna see in anime adaptations, though.
But you didn't see it. They skipped it.
Right. Well, okay. So like, look at. Okay, I'm sorry. I just need to deviate here for a second.
Go ahead.
Look at Gon versus Hisoka in Heaven's Arena right. So like, you have Yoshihiro Togashi that choreographed an incredible fight scene, and if you haven't read Hunter x Hunter, at the very least, go to chapter 101 or 99, I think is what it is. Go to chapter 99, and you're gonna see Gon and Hisoka in Heaven's Arena. read that fight in the manga and then watch that fight in the 2011 adaptation, it's shot for shot the exact same fight.
But this isn't shot for shot though.
I know it's not shot for shot, but I'm giving you an example of a time where shot for shot adaptation is extremely rare in anime.
Okay.
Exactly. So like what I'm saying is that you're going to get implied filler, is what I call it, implied filler, inside of moments where the illustration or the choreography is decided as poor by the studio. And not that this moment is poor in the webtoon, but keep in mind this is back when Slave in Utero was first starting this journey. So like this is a hype moment, webtoon or anime regardless, but the anime, and especially with Slave in Utero overseeing it, you know that he said, make this a little bit better than what I did in the webtoon. You know what I mean? And if he didn't say that, then come. You know what I'm saying? But if I was Slave in Utero, I would be like, hey, bro, I wasn't that nice back then, but this is how I envisioned it. Can you make it look like this?
I mean, we're saying that, and we're implying that.
I know, I'm saying that. I know I'm saying that. This is not a fact. This is an opinion. Don't fucking hold me to anything I'm saying, but I'm just saying, like, as someone who is very bad at drawing, but is also writing a webtoon, like, I would definitely tell an established studio, this is the vision that I had for this scene. I couldn't execute it properly. Can you back me up? You know what I'm saying? Can you fuck with me on this? Yeah. So,
okay,
so it's an educated guess.
For that part, that's not even my main gripe. That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Whether they changed, whether they made Kun the star of it and he did everything, that's neither here nor there. Okay, so I'm gonna hope that the chat has gotten this far. Season 1. You know how season 1 ended, correct? Everybody here knows how it ended, correct?
Are you about to spoil?
I'm not going to spoil it. You know how it ended.
Okay.
Not to spoil it.
I'm not going to spoil it. So, we had Endorsi ask Rachel, is it okay if you kill everybody here? Rachel looks at Bam and says, yeah, that's cool. Kill everybody here.
Doesn't she say that in the webtoon?
Nope, sure doesn't. That conversation never happened. Exactly. The conversation.
So you have to assume. It's like you have to assume that Slave in Utero was like, this is what I should have did back then.
Maybe, but it didn't happen. And I was like, yo, that kind of ruins it for me. If I hadn't just read it, I'm like, look, that's the whole ending of season 1. You're so shocked that she even does that. And then in this episode 4, she's like, oh, that nigga, forget him. Fuck him. Kill him if you want to.
Yeah.
It throws everything out of whack.
That's a big deal in the anime. For the anime only, that's a big deal.
Exactly. So, I mean, they might fix it. And we were talking about in the, after we watched it, we're talking about how they might fix it and have the, what the epilogue of Rachel and show that and fix it. But, man, it threw me off so bad. I just couldn't get past it.
I feel you.
Yeah. That's what I agree with him with.
What you mean by that as far as fix it? Like, how do you see them fixing it?
Damn, I don't want to get into spoiler territory because I don't know who here.
Okay. No, don't get into spoiler territory. If you can't explain it,
we'll talk about it offline.
So like, hit us up in our Discord. Hit us up on Twitter. If you want the answer to that question that Trent just asked, just ask us offline.
Yeah, and then I would definitely explain it to you then.
Yeah, definitely jump into the Discord.
Definitely jump into the Discord.
All right. Now that we got our initial thoughts out of the way of episode 4, let's give it a number. Trent, scale of 1 to 10.
On this episode, I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna go ahead and say a 9 on that motherfucker.
9. Sarah?
Yeah. 9.
Seraph?
10.
10.
Perfect episode.
Shit.
No. Really man, Coon's debut hits.
Aren't you right next to me?
No, you're like above and to the right, so I got a high five through JD to get to you.
Damn it.
I got you, Knox. I got you, Knox.
Y'all going the wrong direction. That's
yeah, I got you.
Other direction.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Knox.
By the way, JD.
Knox.
Okay, okay. I said 10 when I was gassed up, but like realistically, like as a critic, I have to give it a 9.5 because it's not the best episode of an adaptation I've ever seen, but it's pretty damn fucking close.
Yeah.
Like this studio is doing an incredible job.
That 9, I would say, is pre JC's explanation. I'd probably drop it a little bit afterwards, but my initial reaction, I was very pleased with the episode.
I'm giving it a very strong 9.5, and the reason why is because it's very rare in an adaptation where I feel like the music matches up perfectly with every scene that it's used for. And I don't know if I'm explaining that properly, but the OST that we got in every scene that was used in this episode, I feel like was perfect. And that plays a lot into the score that I give an episode. Overall, and I'm very drunk right now, sorry. But like overall, like I want the meathead in me and like the fucking like the hype beast in me wants to give it a 10, but like the very small amount of manga critic in me wants to say no, drop that down to a 9.5. When I'm sober tomorrow, I'll probably say 8.5 at the least. But like as of right now, I'm giving it a very strong at least 9. At least 9. Yeah.
JD, what you give it?
I'm gonna give that mug a 15. No, I'm just playing. I'm just fucking around. I ain't gonna give it a 15. I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a strong 9.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed the episode. I thought it did. I don't know if it's gonna do wonders for the series like Demon Slayer episode 19, but goddamn if it didn't make a strong case that this series is not to be fucked with.
Yes, thank you.
I give it a strong 9. Well, what about you, fam? Come on. Well, what you gonna give it, bro?
All right. So if I'm okay,
Go ahead, kick it to him,
we're gonna split it up. All right, we're gonna split it up. If I'm a Webtoon watcher and I'm seeing everything's different, I'm giving it 7.5. I'm a Webtoon watcher because I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo,
a 7.5.
Webtoon.
So that's your true
Webtoon.
number then.
This is a Webtoon watcher. 7.5. You can walk away if you want to. 7.5 is a Webtoon watcher because I'm like, yo, you spoiled the ending for me. I wanted to see the ending how it was intended to be, and you spoiled it. And I'm like, bro, you cannot look at Docs. Jesus. But if I'm just doing it as an anime fan, I'm looking at it as a 9 to 9.5.
Said 7.5.
Yeah, I mean that's just a Webtoon. If I'm looking at just the anime, just in general, like it's a 9.5 to me.
It don't matter. Listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you why 7.5 is as wrong as it can be on the Webtoon or anime
it's
side.
Okay. I mean, whatever. Go ahead. Got you.
And I'm not trying to be an asshole or a dick here. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
He's been hitting the sauce, y'all. He's been hitting the sauce.
It's fine.
No.
He's getting wild.
No. This doesn't have anything to do with alcohol. This is from a critic's point of view. Bro, 7.5, bro?
7.5. It's okay
That's
in
way
my
too
opinion.
low. Bro, okay, so like what were the main points that you think the adaptation needed to be there? Especially having read the Webtoon,
yeah.
What do you think the adaptation needed to do perfectly in this episode?
The only thing that they did that needed to be perfect was you don't spoil the big reveal at the end. Like Rachel's character was spoiled by this episode.
Right. You're right. But you think that that's enough to bring it down from a hard 9 averagely to a 7.5?
Okay, we're gonna ask JD and Seraph this question. Yeah, you saw my reaction.
We should.
You saw my reaction when I did a live reaction to what happened to Bam and everything that happened. You saw my reaction to that, right?
How do you know it's Bam though?
No, he talking about season 1.
Season 1. Okay. You saw my reaction to it.
I wasn't there for that.
Oh well, JD saw it. Like I was shocked.
I was there.
And he was shocked. When you go into this episode and you show Rachel's character as, I don't care about that nigga, I gotta drop it down. I'm going
to
from
7.5.
7.5 it's cool. It's cool. It's not bad.
So drastic, bro. Like that is so okay. These are a couple of factors that I keep in mind. About this and I don't expect you to adhere to my expectation at all.
Mm-hmm.
But personally, in my own opinion, to me, can't be wrong. Also, keep in mind that I'm drinking a lot.
Me too. We're here.
So,
We're here.
I know. We're going shot.
Oh, bro.
But keep in mind, dude. A 7.5 to me might as well be you saying this episode was, and I know that mid is like 5, but like we're critics, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the majority of your panel and cast and team, and I'm not saying you have to adhere to whatever we say,
Mm-hmm.
but just based off the solo leveling tier list that we did, where you were being devil's advocate on every.
I was doing that.
I'm super biased against what you say, like opinionated comments that you make.
Oh, I'm 7.5 is definitely serious right here.
7.5
Serious.
Serious.
He's
Like,
dead
I like
serious.
it, bro.
serious.
I
He is
like
dead
it.
serious.
I like it. I respect it, bro.
It's dead.
I kind
serious.
of.
I like. Okay. I definitely respect what JC is saying. I'm sorry if what I'm giving off right now, like externally, is implying that I don't respect.
Oh, no, you
JC's
good, man.
opinion.
No, I was just using it as a
You're
term.
good.
I didn't mean to imply that.
No, I know that. But for the chat, like if you think that like I'm telling this motherfucker he don't know what he's talking about, throw that away, because Jason nigga and like we talk about this shit in way offline. You know what I'm saying? In ways that y'all don't see all the time. We're fine, but
Yeah, fuck with it. Yeah.
but 7.5, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The little whispers.
That's so small.
I could
So
say
small,
post.
dude. Okay.
At least
Yeah,
give it an 8, bro.
Go ahead. Just give it an 8. For me, give it an 8.
I was gonna say I could say post his comments. I like again my original rating is a 9. I would say like if I post his comments, I could see a justifiable 8 ranges. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm still gonna stick with my 9.
So the chat knows I'm Neil Riggers in the chat.
I was like, what?
Wait, hold on. Wait, where?
I'm Neil Riggers with 2 6. I just wanted to let go.
A 7.5, he says.
I see him.
Bro, a 7.5. Okay. So the reason why I disagree with the
Oh,
7.5,
okay.
and not that I'm trying to like put you on the spot or flame you, is that like a 7.5 when okay, so like did you have any issue with the score this episode?
You don't listen to music.
So I know you don't listen to music.
Yes.
Right? So like the
Very
score has
visual.
a lot
Nigga,
to
like
do-
you don't listen to music?
I mean, I hear it, but I'm a very
Right,
visual
so like,
person.
So the score has a lot to do with the overall score. From a critical point of view,
Mhm.
the score has a lot to do with an overall score. So we already know established that you are not paying attention to the music, which is a big deal to a lot of people.
Right.
It doesn't have to be a big deal to you. Obviously, your opinion is respected and cared about. But like fam, the music in this fucking shit is amazing. So if there's any fucking series, especially coming out of the fucking studio that did Made in Abyss and coming out of the studio that did Shield Hero, you should probably try, in my opinion, I'm sorry, tell me if I'm tripping, but maybe try to pay attention to the score a little bit more.
I mean, the score is great, but when I'm reading the webtoon, I don't hear no music, so I just be like,
Sure. Okay.
Story-wise.
So score-wise is out of here.
Okay.
So as far as the adaptation goes, the main issue you have with it is the Bam realizing Lahel moment that you think came too early.
Yeah, we had a whole bunch of other fights to happen in the webtoon. It didn't happen in the series.
That's right. And
Okay.
Rack not participating is also a big webtoon letdown.
Rack not
Right?
participating. You have
So,
other
like,
characters that won't get any shine.
those are your big, so like those are your big like webtoon to adaptation discrepancies,
Right.
right? Is Bam to Lahel Rack competition,
Right.
right? So like out of a 10 out of 10 score,
That's perfect.
10 being the best episode of anything you ever saw, and that's what I do, right? So like individual episodes, right? So you have the best individual episode of an adaptation as you're following it week to week, not like overall, like when you're looking at it from like a bird's eye point of view, but like as you're going through it week to week, you're giving this score a 7.5 because Rack didn't do enough and because Bam noticed Lahel earlier than he did in the web.
Yeah, I thought
When you have a perfect score, can we all agree as a panel that the score was perfect this episode? JD says yes. Seraph?
I agree.
Seraph's good.
Music wise, score was
The
perfect.
score as in
Music
The music.
now I do want to say this. Music wise, yes, but I may also agree with JC on the fact that I don't necessarily know how much in my everyday, like, don't get me wrong, the music was hitting in this episode, but I don't know how much I don't know how much I really factored that into my rating. I just kind of was like, I just liked the episode.
Yeah,
but yeah. But yeah, no, but don't get me wrong. The music was nigga. The music was hitting.
I'm someone like I'm a motherfucker that goes like music is just as important as like everything else. So like I'm not gonna hold you guys to that standard because like I have my own personal standard because like OSTs are like mad important to like my review of things, and not to say that you know what I'm saying like your lack of care for OSTs means anything to my reviews, but I'm just saying like. When you have a studio like this that's going dumb stupid on the fucking score, and you have a foreigner doing the score, because I'm pretty sure the dude doing the score is an Aussie, right? He's an Australian dude.
I don't know.
That's what I heard. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It could be. I don't know.
Yeah, the dude doing the score, the dude who did Made in Abyss, the dude who did fucking Shield Hero is an Australian composer, is what I heard. Now, like, those are factors that I take into consideration when I'm reviewing. Like, if you are not Japanese or at least Korean, and you have input on how the biggest crossover in anime history up till this point is happening, that is something to be respected. That is not something to be trifled with. That is something to be very much taken into consideration when reviewing this kind of shit. And I know that we've already been reviewing him inside of Made in Abyss and inside of Shield Hero, but it's like, bro,
I've never seen either of them.
Shield Hero's great, man. Just watch it.
And I haven't
Made in Abyss is great too, by the way. Now I'm thinking about it.
But like, yeah, but like, I'm just saying, like, OST wise, if you're a fucking like white, predominant, like assumingly white, like Australian dude stepping into like the anime composer game, that's a big deal, dude. Like, that's a really big deal. And I'm not saying that like everything he has to compose is supposed to be gassed because of that factor, but like for it to be hitting this hard, considering that those factors, is a really big deal. But this episode, besides the OST, I feel like was perfectly paced, was perfectly animated. A knock, okay, bro. A knock when she gave the fucking like malice glance at LaRue, I think it was, with the fucking like the bitch behind her looked like fucking like Big Mom from fucking.
Oh, you talking about Lorraine? Yeah, you talking about Lorraine when she ignited.
You talking about the ignition?
Ignition, yeah.
The ignition scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that was perfect, bro. Like, there were so many like perfect moments that like I feel like any kind of like underperforming moments get like vastly outshined by the moments of like perfect efficiency in the adaptation on top of it. And that's just my opinion. But
okay, so here's where my 7.5s come from, and then we can move on because we've been on this topic for a minute. Okay, so my 7.5 comes from you didn't have to make the director decision that you made. Kun was a star. That's cool for anime watchers because they're not going to know any difference. But you had other source material you could have pulled from for the fights.
Right.
So I'm looking at these fights in the Webtoon. 13 episodes, bro. I get it. But at the same time, you spent this entire time. You could have, I mean, Kun was great. It was great for the anime. But you had all these other source material you could have used for the fight that just happened.
Yeah.
You didn't have to change it. It was good.
I'll be right back.
That's cool. And it gave character to all these other characters that you want to get character from. You might get it from the next test, but you don't know if you're going to get it because we're seeing how they're actually moving, and they're just skipping past. Anybody who's not important, they're skipping right past them. So I'm like, I want these characters to have something so that at season 2, as you all know, you probably won't see it, but whatever. It's not a big deal.
I agree. It's just, I guess, maybe I only think of it from time to time, but it's like, I guess sometimes you got to be like, okay, this is them stepping their toe in the waters of having an exclusive.
Yeah, and Webtoons for that matter as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's like
they're doing the best they can. I'm not saying the episode was bad. Like 7.5 for me is actually good. If you start getting
they're trying to test to see what's going to hit.
The 8.5s and 9s, you're talking about an all-time great episode of a series. 7.5 was good. Like it's perfectly watchable. It's there. I would watch it again because I did watch it again. I watched it twice. So 7.5 on my scale, including women, is great. That's what I go.
No. And you want to know what? I heard all of that, and obviously I agree. I respect in what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
But next topic, let's go.
Yeah. Next topic. I'm sorry.
Next topic. All right. Expectations for episode 5. That was expectations. What do you guys expect to see? Do you think it will be as lit as episode 4? Let's find out. JC, we're gonna start with you on
Sorry,
this
first.
one.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
So,
we're gonna start with you. Well, what you
7,
think? What's your expectation for episode 5, bro?
they got to end the crown game. It's got to be done by this next episode. I don't think they're gonna take the entire episode for the reveal of Bam figure out it is okay. Never mind. So spoilers, but I don't think they're gonna.
Hey,
So I don't think they're gonna have this whole episode.
Say shoddy to the body. The comment that I'm talking about right now is facts. Super facts, and you know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say
Just because of Dorsey.
No. Well, no. I'm talking about some other shit. But shoddy to the body. If you want to talk about it, hit me in the Discord. It's facts, bro. Facts.
I don't know which part I was talking about, but yeah.
So
So
hold on, wait a minute. Someone. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, I thought someone gave it a 5 chat. I was like, bro.
All right, continue.
Yeah, continue.
So I think they're going to end the crown game here, and they should, and get into the next arc. I actually think this next episode is going to be better than this previous one. So episode 5 will be better than episode 4. You will get better than 7.5. I'm pretty much going to state that right now because they have a lot more at stake for this next one. The reveal is going to be bigger, and I want to see how they're going to do it. As long as they do the reveal right, it'll be fine.
Well, I feel like they set it up kind of fine because, like, okay, so like they're kind of like trying to like feign subversion here in saying that Bam was like, is that Lahel? No, it's not. You know what I mean? But like I feel like they want us to know that it is, while there's a little bit of like dramatic irony there that like Bam doesn't know that it's Lahel.
Yeah. They're just trying to let the viewer know.
Which is fine. Yeah.
We kind of knew it was her even then.
Yeah, there have been plenty of times where like dramatic irony is used and the viewer knows more than the main character does, and the twist that they're setting up for it works perfectly fine. You know what I mean? So like it's cool. You know what I mean? Like even though like someone was saying in the chat earlier, whatever they said that I'm not gonna fucking bring up right now, but you know what I'm talking about. Like it's fine. You know what I mean? For anime only, this is probably going to work like really well. You know what I mean? So it's fine. So
all right. As far as I go, I think they are gonna wrap up the crown games. I'm actually kind of shocked because I originally thought they was gonna wrap it up in 2 episodes instead of 3. And that was just based on giving the pacing that they was originally going with.
Yeah.
Like I said, it seems like they slowed it.
Slow it down, right?
Yeah. I mean, naturally, but you got 78 chapters and 13.
Yeah, for the Crown the Game, though, it definitely, I'm with you. It definitely felt like it was going to be 2 chapters or 2 episodes. Yeah.
Right. So I'm actually was shocked at that. So that I think they're gonna wrap it up next episode. We're gonna see how it turns out. Is Bam, Kun, and Rack, are they gonna win it all? Is something gonna happen? We're definitely gonna find that out, and we're gonna move on to the next stage and see what's gonna go from there. I do expect it. I don't think it's not going to be as hype as this episode, obviously, because
it's like the conclusion, right?
Yeah, it's the conclusion,
but
so it's not going to be as hype.
Anime only is like the ending is going to be drastic for the anime onlys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The ending is definitely going to be drastic. Because I'm pretty sure niggas gonna be like, what the fuck, bro? Like seriously,
yeah, for sure.
They gonna be like, what the fuck?
But for the Webtoon niggas though,
right?
It's probably not gonna hit as hard as this episode.
Yeah, it's not gonna hit as hard.
You wanna know what though? You wanna know what though? Nothing hit as hard for me personally in the series yet as when like the fucking like the god dude, like the dude that's like super like like religious or whatever, tried to punch a knock in the forehead in the last episode.
Yeah.
Was animated perfectly, bro. Bro, when he said, bro, I was like, oh my god, bro. I was like, bro.
That mode was hype.
That's my favorite moment in the story so far.
That mode was hype.
That was so hype. And you want to know what? Shibisu body slamming old girl. And then jawing old girl with the fucking sickle.
Yeah,
2-piece combo
3 times in a row.
Yeah,
bro.
like he went a little bit crazier than he did, like in the manga. Like obviously I feel like he still did all of those things.
Equal opportunity ass whoop fam.
Yeah, and that was cool to see from Shibisu in the webtoon. But like I feel like that was exemplified or expounded upon like more with the anime adaptation and Hatsu, right? So like Hatsu's like fighting style or his sword style in the anime makes a little bit more sense than it did in the webtoon too. Like I knew what was happening in the webtoon, but the anime is really like, okay, he's taking it out, throwing it, and it's boomeranging in the way back. And the tune, I feel like the sword just came out of nowhere randomly, and you were just like, okay, so his sword is just like, out here.
When I was watching it, I forgot he threw the sword. I'm like,
exactly.
oh shit, he did throw that. He did throw the sword.
That's what I'm saying. Like it puts it into perspective a little bit more that he's like taking it out, throwing it, and then using like a Bato Jutsu or like Iaido type stance with the sword that he has left.
Well, in the webtoon, he said higher sword and called it lower sword.
Well,
higher sword and lower sword?
Yeah, in the webtoon he did.
That makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense now with the anime adaptation because there's a little bit more, like it expounds on it a little bit more, right? Like it makes a little bit more sense of that situation because, like, if you follow my channel, then you know me. You know what I'm saying? Like we had a best swordsman, we had a whole best swordsman episode, and like Bato Jutsu, Iaido, like swordsman techniques are like in my upper echelon of like swordsman fiction, right? So like if you're attacking in ways where we don't see you take the sword out, but we just see you putting the sword back in, you've already done damage to your opponent, you sold. So like in the webtoon, I'm like, okay, he's in a stance like this. All of a sudden the sword is being revered back. He's done damage. The other sword comes back in like a fucking like downward like slopes like kind of strike. That's all I know in the webtoon. But in the anime, I can see that he's saying upper sword, throw it. You see the animation of it whipping around. He does his lower sword shit. The upper sword comes back and does shit. It's amazing to see and get that clarification. Is all I'm saying. Like if it was just the way that I had envisioned in the webtoon, it would be totally fine. But the anime adaptation clarification of exactly what he's doing is massive for my interpretation of the series. Is all I'm saying.
What you think? And it's gone with Chipotle Bowl. Okay.
I
didn't hear you say Trent, bro. I just heard you say what you think.
Yeah, you
I didn't know who you was talking to.
You
My
didn't
bad.
say nobody's name.
I was talking to you, Trent.
No, he did say Trent, but he like kind of like cut out it for a second.
Oh, I cut out.
I heard
Oh,
it.
okay.
I heard it.
Oh, okay. I heard
He
what
chose
you
Chipotle Bowl.
What do I think as far as predictions for the next episode?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think we're gonna end up wrapping up the Crown Game this next episode. I figured at most we would get this as a full episode. I half thought that there was a chance that we'd like almost be pretty much through it. I thought they would really like speed through it kind of, but I was, like I said, pleased with the pacing overall. So I'm thinking we go into it, and probably about halfway through we get done and move on to the next thing. But yeah, other than that, man, I'm expecting it to continue to be heat. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
JC?
I did mine first, Seraph.
Oh yeah, you did do yours first. Sarah. My bad.
For episode 5, I'm just really hoping to see Rack in action somewhere, and then like also just hopefully seeing Dorsey come in and throw hands with everybody.
Baby girl.
Like I'm just really excited to see Rack and Dorsey, freaking Coon go in. Hats just he already went crazy, but I want more hats, dog.
More hats, bro.
Wait, can we?
Wait till we get into season 2 so I can give you my like real thoughts on Hatsu.
Mm-hmm.
Can we also note that this nigga Knox is wearing a 666?
Yeah, I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it. The devil hat, bro.
No, didn't you know I'm the devil's right arm?
Yeah, I was about to say he's the devil's right hand, baby.
Are you really the right arm or are you the left arm?
No, if you can see the way the sixes are pointing, it'll tell you that I'm actually the left arm. But I'm claiming the right arm because I like that better.
Okay. I got
Neil
you.
called me out in the chat, bro.
No,
yeah, they are.
What do you mean, bro?
Wait, who called you out in the chat?
7.5, remember?
Not talking about in the chat. Called me out in the chat.
No, that was him, boy. What do you mean?
Yeah, I was like, over there. I was
Let's
like,
wrap this up before JC comes for me.
called me out in the chat,
I
bro.
don't know who that man is that said that. Who is that boy?
Oh man. All right. So do y'all have anything else? Anything else y'all want to discuss on the episode?
No, I'm good, bro.
You good?
Oh, wait. I don't think we got my expectations in the next episode. Obviously, I agree with all of you guys. It's going to wrap up the crown game, but then it's also going to go into like the next part of the story. I feel like in the latter half of the episode that like anime onlys don't know, so I'm not going to bring it up. But I feel like we're going to get like half conclusion and then like half whatever happens next. So just remember that I said that.
All right. Sound good. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the show tonight, guys. We appreciate everybody for rocking out with us. Before y'all go, make sure to join the Discord, follow the Twitch channel, subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on Twitter as well. Also, we will be doing a God of High School expectations video, so make sure you keep up with us and be on the lookout for that because it's gonna be lit. Y'all already know how God of High School is.
But also I need to make an announcement.
What?
Anitube Con 2020, right? And I don't know if you were going to go into that, JD. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
But I just want to say, Anitube Con on YouTube, Anitube Con on Twitter. I believe we're also on Twitch, but it's going to be an incredible event from a litany of creative minds, including JD, Jason2KC, Sarah from Project Webtoon, Trent motherfucking Money. You already know who the fuck it is.
Sir.
We are going to be collaborating in ways that are, at least up until this point, have been unseen in anime, YouTube, and manga Twitter so far. We are planning a fully live streamed online anime convention event to raise money for COVID-19 charity. And we are taking advantage of the fact that we are confined to our homes. We're grounded, so to speak. So you want to know what? We are letting the world know that that stipulation and that caveat imposed by our government, regardless of where you are in the world, is not going to stop us from being weebs. And we are going to organize and facilitate an entire anime convention, from panels to cosplay contests to gaming competitions to watch parties to giveaways. Whatever you usually get out of an anime convention, we are going to bring it as close as we possibly can to one in the real life from the comfort of our own homes. And please follow us individually on all of our YouTube channels. That's JC2K2002 on YouTube. That's TiC GamesNetworks in JD. That is Seraph from Project Webtoon. That is Noxy from the Project Manga podcast. And below me, or I don't know where he is actually.
He's actually below you, yes.
But somewhere next to me. Is he below me?
Yes.
Yeah, he's actually below you.
That is below me. Trent motherfucking Money. You already know who the fuck it is.
I get a catchphrase.
Yo, can I get a shirt that says that, dog?
Now, first of all, Knox needs a job as a radio host or something like that.
Oh God!
But yeah, JC, nigga, you funny.
Yes.
Can I get a shirt with that?
Yeah, bro.
Merchandise coming soon, everybody.
Yes, we Trent motherfucking Money in the front, and then in the back.
Don't worry, guys. We're gonna have merchandise soon, and we're gonna have Trent motherfucking Money on the front, and you already know who the fuck it is on the back. Coming soon.
Nah, I didn't even go say Trent Money on the front. I'm gonna just let y'all just It's just gonna say you already know who the fuck it is, so y'all could go anywhere and niggas could just be like, "Damn, this nigga really knows who he
They'll be
is."
like, I really know who the fuck it is. Hold
Yeah.
on.
And JC hold on, JC shirt is gonna say, "I need a catchphrase."
Thank you. I'll take that.
All right, y'all.
Shit, why y'all saying I need one too? Fuck, I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna figure one out.
Thank you, everybody, for joining in.
Yeah,
that is it for the Hunters Association podcast for
That's
this
right.
week. Have a good weekend, y'all, and an amazing night.
Yes.
See you guys.
Peace.
Peace.
Wow, dude.